Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace. It's a warm welcome. I know you've been struggling with this entity that I call the Child Protection System. CPS is what it stands for me. It has different names in every county in every state around the world. And I have 23 countries, including the US, and all 50 states that have participated in my live stream. And it's here for you to fight CPS, to stand up for your rights, to hang on to your family, to get your children back. There are things that I have discovered by talking to 2,500 people. 2,500 people from around the world. And I'm glad you found it. There's lots of things we can do this live stream. It is interactive. I just put a banner up about how the text messages. Please take a moment to read it. And, you know, that is the format I like to use for text and messages. That's the format I like to use. Now, uh, that's one way. Excuse me 1 second here. I'm testing out my headset to see if it works, is what I'm trying to test out. I'm trying to see if it works here. Do you hear me? Hello? Hello? Do you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Um, talking on second one. Do you hear me? I thought I would try a headset to see if it works better. Uh, I heard you. I heard you. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Yes. Yes. Okay, good. You hear me now? All right. Okay. Okay. I'm going to turn off because I have to go back to my show here. Okay. That's all right. That's right. Okay. Hopefully, my live stream, you are hearing me. Let me check here my microphone. Let me go. Okay. Um, I'm not sure if you guys are hearing me all right, but I thought I'd try a headset to see if it works better. I just told you about becoming a interacting by text me messages. The second way that you can interact is to be a guest. And to be a guest on my stream, please read the following banner. That's my show producer, Grace. You send her an email and the time you want to be on my show. Now I'm on Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. in the morning and on the weekends at 8 a.m. in the morning. Then on evenings, I'm on at 7 p.m. every day of the week, 7 p.m. every day of the week. Um, And that's all Pacific Standard Time. That's Pacific Standard Time. Um, okay. Right. Okay. Um, all right. Now, when you send the email to her, she'll send you a link and it gets you onto a software program called um, SteamYard. Now, SteamYard uses YouTube to transmit this live stream. So, to be a guest, I can take nine of you to be a guest. And I'd love to have all nine of you. With me makes 10. So, please think about being a guest on my live stream. I'd love to have you there. Now, a third way is to call in, at 626-698-0990. That's my number on my phone. You can call in. Double check it, make sure it's there. Yes, it's there. So you can call in. Um, okay, let me go ahead and we had a person that called in this morning. I don't know if they're about my show or what.
Hello, and thank you for calling. Unfortunately, there is no one available to take your call at this time. We are either assisting other callers, away from our desk, or currently closed. If you would like to try it another time, our offices are generally open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your call is important to us.
Okay. Um, well, people are bouncing in and out. I don't know what's happening, but I had some people in there, and hopefully everybody can hear me okay. I just tested my speaker. It is working. It is working. So I don't know why it's not working. Now, the other number you see on the screen, the 888-888-6582, is the law office of Vincent Davis. Now, before I go much further, I'll wait till some people come back in the room. I'll wait till some people come back in the room. Okay. Um, I'm going to take off the headset because I don't think I need it. Hopefully, it's working now with there. If anybody's listening, could you please tell me if you hear me okay? Please tell me if you hear me okay. Um, oh, Megan Tabitha, welcome back. The heat blew up my phone. I don't know what blew up my connection here, but can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Megan Tabitha is from Los Angeles, California. Welcome back, Megan Tabitha. And it has been hot here in California. It's been hot enough to fry an egg. The fried egg. That is amazing. So, you have any question for me, Megan Tabitha? You have a question or a comment you like to talk about? Can you tell me if my volume is too loud or I'm coming through okay? Can you hear me okay? Mm. Okay, great, Megan. Yeah, you missed the Maniac Monday. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Um, it was negative what happened today with the Catholic schooling. My prayers go out to all the people that are traumatized or hurt or whatever. Um, it's terrible. No matter what day it is, wherever it is in the country, we have a disaster happening. Why? I do not understand. It's like it's happening everywhere. You can't say it's all in the East, all in the West. It's because of this or because of that or because the government's doing this or because the government's doing that. No, there are enough crazy people in this world that feel that guns are necessary to shoot other people. Guns are a horrible, horrible thing. And one of my life skills I should teach to you about gun safety. Now, as a young child, I went into what was called the NRA. At that time, it was supposed to be a good organization. I learned about the safe handling of guns. I started off with a BB gun, and that was through the Boy Scouts. And I got to shoot a 22, but it was on safety, and you had to go through and you were rewarded. And the NRA was a very good program back in the 60s. Now, I know there's been a lot of politics with the NRA, but gun safety is very important. We as families should always teach your kids not to fear guns, but to respect guns. Guns belong locked up, safety locks on, ammo not loaded. And that seems to be the biggest problem that people are careless with their guns. They leave guns alone at home where young children would get a hold of them. My mother, brother was shot by a gun. The kids were exchanging the look at this gun, and the gun went off and killed my brother on the spot. My mother had to witness. That's my uncle. And that was way long time ago. That was in the 30s. And things are not changed. Guns go off all the time. People use guns. And why we need, you know, automatic weapons, I don't understand. Or guns that can shoot an elephant. We don't need big explosive guns or machine guns or automatic weapons. They're for the military. And I really feel that guns are really, really a bad thing. Guns can kill. You can't bring a life back when it's killed. You can't bring a life back when it's killed. Once the life is taken, it does not come back. It does not come back. And it's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. Yeah, it is the root of evil, that's for sure. Mass destruction and guns. You need to take a safety class and how the gun handling. Guns need to be locked up. We don't need to keep loaded guns. People have angers and emotions. And when a gun gets in somebody's hand that has anger and emotions, bad things will happen. Bad things will happen. Yep, that's a good idea. Full of prayers. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Do you have any issues about CPS, Tabitha? Do you have any issues? So far this morning, we have one person, Megan Tabitha from LA, that has given a lot of prayers and a lot of talking. She's a very talkative person. And I'm glad to have you here as one part of my family. Now, I've put on the board my phone number. I've told you about how to be a guest, and I've told you how to text messages. I'm here to help you, to answer your questions and your concerns. CPS is corrupt. 50% of the time, they're bad, and 50% of the time, you don't know. So it's really, really, really hard. It's really, 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 really hard. So today is Wednesday. Um, Wednesday, um, February 28th or 27th. I thought today was the 28th. I'm a day off. It's Wednesday. Mm. It's Wednesday. Now, I can talk about almost anything. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a loving father and a husband. I'm here twice a day, 14 times a week for 22 months. I've learned a lot. I can pass on a lot. I've come up with 5 rules that will help you. That if I had known about them, I would never have lost my children. I had a very horrific CPS case. I've been fighting them for 15 years. They took my children in 2015, and after several years with the attorney, I was able to get my 2 boys back. I never got my daughter back, and that was a tragedy in itself. Um, the social worker committed perjury on the witness stand because she was asked by my attorney about the adoption of my daughter by my wife's sister and husband. We did not want that to be. And so he was asking her what kind of parents they were. And he was leading up to because he knew something that the social worker was unaware of. So he asked him, were they good parents? And the social worker said, yeah, they're great parents. Then he asked him, have there ever been any domestic violence? Oh, no, no domestic violence. And with that being said, he started to pull out a folder with all kinds of reports from the police station about this couple who had a lot of domestic violence reports, a lot of investigations. Not only were they domestic violence, there were physical domestic violence, meaning they fought in the home. That's not the environment. And so we were able to stop our social worker trying to get our child adopted out. And we did not, we're against it. You know, this is the sad part about this organization. It's a government entity that was created in 62. And they started off really slow. Rules weren't adopted to 74, and not everybody was together to the 1980s. But now this pendulum has gone to the other side that now they purposely take children that don't are in not in danger. They took my 3 children that weren't in danger at all. And they do that purposely. And like a fool, I let them in to my home. You never want to let them into your home or you let alone talk to them. You need to have an attorney representing you at all times. That's what's the importance of it, is that attorney. You know, that's the person that is just like in the case of open heart surgery, a doctor. A doctor is the only one that can really help you with open heart surgery. You yourself cannot perform the uh, the doctor thing on it. So so I'm telling you that you got to be really, 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 really careful. Um, I may have a mistake and let them come in my home. When they come in your home, they think they have permission to search. They couldn't find anything. They were desperately trying to find something. They've been to my home 5 years past time many, many times. So far, they found nothing. But they're able to fabricate something. They thought that the contents of my living room were overcrowded because of my parents' belongings that just recently were passed away. And they'd asked me to get rid of their belongings. And I didn't have the money because I lost my job in 2010 through no fault of my own to put the items in storage. So I was using my home as a sorting. I used the living room as a sorting place. I had the boxes nicely stacked about no more than 3 boxes high, had the furniture double stacked, and that was it. And it was really well organized. But they made up the fabrication that I was doing negligence because supposedly the boxes could hurt my children who slept upstairs in their own bedroom, own bathroom, or the furniture could fly upstairs and hurt them. They were taller than the 3 boxes, so there's no way they would fall on them. But they were determined to charge me with neglect, me and my wife. And it was sad because out of that, they had hired a detective, a police department to instill that I'd come in and open the home. I did not know my rights. That's one of the biggest mistakes I made was allow them into my home. Allow them into my home was the biggest mistake I could ever make. You know, um, I made a lot of mistakes. That's for sure. But they charged us with negligence, and the police did a report and sent it to the DA, and the DA charged me with the same thing that the CPS was. It was double standard. But then they thought they'd smart and try another charge called sexual charges. They wouldn't tell you what the sexual charges were, but they put sexual. And if you have 3 children, it's 3 counts. They did that as a ploy that I later found out to make you settle for the lesser of the 2 charges. It's a ploy. It's so that you settle to get the sex charges removed, which you don't know what they're about, but you don't want to deal with it. And I also made a deal that my wife would get dropped of the negligent charges. So she had no charges criminally from the police. I had accepted negligence. And on my charge thing, they wrote, I had made them write that there was possible of negligence with the stacking of my parents' belongings in the living room that could harm the children. But the problem is when they categorize it, it just says negligence. And so everybody thinks that's the bad thing. So it prevent me from getting work. It has hurt my credit. It's hurt me in so many ways. I had to sell my forever home to get money to hire an attorney. And I'm glad I did. I don't regret that. But I do regret giving up my forever home that I'd worked 45 years for. See, when I lost my job in 2010, it was like a downhill spiral. I had no control over anything. I had no control over anything. Hello, Bartley. I'm so glad to see you. Bartley is a very sweet person who brings a smile to my face. She found out, sadly, that her partner had turned against her. the guy that now has taken her Social Security check and now is getting additional money for taking care of his stepson, her real daughter, her real son. He's been trying to undermine her, and she just found out recently, and it's so sorry. Bartley is from Montana and works with Betty Joe, who is also from Montana. Betty Joe is a loving mother and a foster care mom who's fighting to get her niece back. She has a son who has a daughter that was in Nebraska, and she's trying to get him back, get her back, because she doesn't belong with their adopted parents. So it's a struggle. So Bartley and Betty Joe are from Montana. They help one another. We have another person from Montana. I forgot his name, but I'm so glad that you're here, Bartley. What is the latest? What is the latest you can tell Bob about? What's the latest you can tell me? Hello, this is Bob Pace. You reached his live stream. Is this Bartley?
It surely is. How are you today, Bob?
All pretty good. Good to hear your voice. Thank you for the call in. And what can you tell me now?
Um, well, I don't know. Uh, came over last night with my son, which was beautiful to see my son, be with my son. And I made my son some chicken and rice in my Instapot. And stepdad got upset because I told him some other things that I told him that I told the department that I know that he's doing behind my back. Besides that, is that one of the stipulations was no alcohol, and he's been drinking.
What did you tell Kelly? What did you tell? How did you approach him? Do you say you know? What do you mean you said you know?
I just told him. I said I saw well he took, because a few weeks ago or so he sent me a text message, and I took a screenshot of it where he asked me if I would go pick him up some beer, and I said no. And then just recently, when there was CPS this summer, I saw a bunch of beer cans on the floorboard of his truck. And by all means, I'm not trying to cause a problem here at all. I just would like my son back.
Did you take a picture of the beers on the floor of the truck?
Yes, I did. I told him that, and he's very upset about it.
Well, yeah, because he is trying to, and he doesn't know you know a lot more than just that, right?
Right.
Good, good. I'm glad you're keeping that quiet.
Yeah.
What is Betty Joe helped with you?
She's been just listening to me, and I sent her some things to listen to regarding me and him on a conversation on the phone about the drinking and stuff. And that was just the other day. But I usually talk to her. If I do, it'd be probably after 3 p.m. today. Anytime after 3. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
I see you on the thing holding the cell phone. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, I'm trying to hold it. The problem is my speaker is next to my camera at the top of my computer. I use a laptop. I have a brand new laptop. And I don't know, a lot of times people say they can't hear me. So Megan's in the room. I wish Megan can tell me if you hear Bartley or not, because I'm trying to put the speaker right near the microphone.
Yeah, well, I did let my attorney know this, and I would not have said nothing if he was willing to not turn, in my opinion, wicked. I mean, they're being like you when you talked to him that day and said, they're like a salesman. They're trying to sweet talk you and everything, but they're not your friend.
You're right.
And I noticed his demeanor when he answered the question, and then when you said, it made me so good when you stuck up for me and said, imagine how a woman would feel when she's being overpowered. When they all were on me, the police officers, and he goes, yeah, but in his voice, it was like he really didn't care.
No.
And that's when I knew something was fishy and wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I even told them the other day, I said, even though I already said all these things about what you were doing, I do not want to take you out of my son's life. I don't, but I made up a schedule, and I gave him a copy of it, and I told the attorney this morning. She said she's just waiting for a call back, of course, from the department. And these are the days Justin will be at my house, my son, and with him. I don't want to take him from stepdad at all, I'm not out to do that, and that way he can drink on the days he doesn't have my son, if that's what he chooses to do.
Right.
And the other part was he got really angry when I told him, and this was the very first thing I ever said about any of it was when he told me he wanted to see other women. And I said, that's fine, you can see whoever you want, I don't care. And he goes, well, just so you know, when they're here at my house, meaning my son will be on the couch, and me and this person would be in his bedroom. Well, okay, that's what he wants to do, fine, but my son doesn't need to be there. He can be here with me.
Well, not only that, your son doesn't have to hear the commotions going on. See, this is terrible.
Isn't that wrong? That's wrong, right?
That's wrong.
All his stuff's here.
That's wrong.
I'm setting up his schoolroom as we speak. I've been setting up his school desk and getting all ready for we're going to start homeschooling because we're doing Christian-based education with life skills.
Are you going to go through the school district and inform that you're doing homeschooling?
You don't have to out here until they're 7 years old.
You're sure about that?
Well, I printed the paperwork. I took a gander at it. I will have to look at it some more to make sure, but I guess I better call them and ask, I guess, huh?
Well,
people lying to me when I read
I think it wouldn't hurt to notify the school district in writing, and you could start off with your letter saying, this is to inform you that I'm doing homeschooling with my 6-year-old child. And
only 5, and you don't even have to do kindergarten.
I know. Anyway, with my 5-year-old child, I know you don't have to, but this is giving you notice. So that way they can't say they didn't get noticed.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt. It's a self-serving letter. You send it to the superintendent of schools.
Okay. In the post, in the U.S. mail, right? Not through email, right? In the post mail, right?
Right. And you send it there. You may want to send a certified letter, but that costs money. So I don't know. But that is to see if, I don't know if who you talk to knows what they're doing.
No, I just looked it up myself. It said that you didn't have to report any homeschooling in Montana until they're 7 by law. But I printed out the paperwork. I haven't gone through it thoroughly, which I need to. But that won't hurt to do the letter, like you said, just to be safe.
Right.
So that's a great idea. So I will work on that today and get it popped in the mailbox tomorrow, hopefully. And I'm glad you told me that. It's a great idea because, who knows what they'll think of next, these people. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, it's a terrible thing, but I keep trying to, well, not keep trying, I'm always am now. All I have is the Lord to lean on, like any of us do. And He will get us through anything. You might not, I know God, I don't understand what's going on here, but Lord, I'm going to keep trusting you. And, the enemy will try to plant seeds of doubt, but it's not working. So, and I'm grateful. I got a couple girlfriends I met that I've been praying to God. He sent me some like-minded people, and they happen to be people that love the Lord too, and so that's wonderful. I'm very pleased. Are you there, Bob?
Yeah, I am. I'm just typing in a message here. It's so hard sometimes to talk and type and look at things. It's like, I'm pretty sure if you ever see that guy or girl that has a band, and he has a drum on his chest. He has a clapper above the drum that's tied to his foot. He has a hand on some type of tambourine, and then he has a flute in his mouth. And anyway, he's trying to play a song.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I,
Like Mary Poppins.
yeah.
Who was that guy?
Oh, yeah, Dick Van Dyke.
What was his name?
Dick Van,
Yes.
yeah.
I don't even know if he's still alive.
Yeah, he still
Yeah.
is. He still is. He's in his 90s. And, that's what I feel like I'm doing on the show sometimes because um, I have our prayer warrior here, Megan, who does nothing but prayers on my shows. I keep asking Megan from LA to talk about CPS, but she just um, is doing nothing but prayers. So that is good. I appreciate that. I know that Megan's in this room, so she's in all the time. She's from Los Angeles, and she wears a hat for about 50 different names on my live stream. So anybody that starts praying a lot, that's Megan.
Oh, that's sweet. That's
So
great.
she does that.
I'd like you just want to tell you, just personally from me to you, is that I think it's great and very hard, I bet, for you to do this twice a day, every single day. And I pray to God for you because I think what you're doing is wonderful.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean, it feels good just to talk to you. It's like venting and,
Oh, I know. Well, that's what the purpose of the show is not only to give advice, is to talk things out. We are very social creatures. And a lot of us are alone for a lot of reasons. I do this show because I feel alone, even though I still have a family around me, what's left of the family. My two boys have moved out, sort of. One boy has been gone for a couple of days, but I imagine he'll be back. He got his belongings in there. And then I have my other son who is going to college, and he still likes to be here because it feels good to go to college from this home instead of this apartment. So I guess it is there. Right, prayer warriors. You're right, Megan. You're a prayer warrior. Thank you so much, Megan. So, and it's good when I talk to Betty Joe because I know about her and how she's helped other people. Christina Renoza, I miss her. I haven't talked to her in a while. I want to know how she's doing. Hey, there's Lori Hiller. I've known her since the beginning of my show. She's come on once and talked in chat, and she's from Canada. But she does thumbs up and emojis all the time. And she comes in. So it's so good to hear from you, Lori. It's so good to hear from you. Now, how we're doing on time here? I forgot to look at my time. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. That means my live stream is over, but we can still talk. I got, 10 more minutes of talk time. I have two clocks that are running. I have my clock, which is my running time. I must have started 9 minutes too late or something. It's hard to start the show right at the prescribed time, but I tried to. And so I can talk to you for another 5 minutes before I wind down the show. And we got Megan. Megan, too, has sent me a thumbs up. Thank you, Megan. I have Megan and Lori. Thank you both. I appreciate that. I love emojis. Now, any of you listeners out there, if you all have heard from Cruella, who is Felicia from Oxnard, I want to know how she's doing. The girl that decided to use a commissioner instead of a judge. Oh boy, she tries so hard. She's so young.
That's what's terrible about this. I tell a lot of people, I'm going to be almost 50, and I always think of the people that are in their early 20s or even late 20s, how they're deceived, they don't know nothing, and how they get tricked. And it's sad.
Well, not only that, a lot of people are young and they don't have very much money. And it's not because, they're born maybe into a family that is very low income. And that's not a crime to be low income. A lot of them come from disaster areas too. So.
Right, as long as it doesn't, it's right, you can be poor as long as you are providing for your child, and it's all about love anyways, and these people don't love. Well, I think most of us here love our children, and that's why we want our children back. And I do. I want to take care of my son and do everything for him. I'm in love with him. I told him one time, even though he was only 5 years old, I said, Jesus is up there by God's right hand. I go, you're right next to him. In my eyes, my son's right next to Jesus. That's how much I love him.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. That's sweet.
Yeah.
So far he doesn't know, which is a good thing. And you're setting a trap for him because eventually he will get screwed in the end.
Right.
So what is your game your
Well, I'm waiting for the attorney. She texted me this morning, and I sent her a snapshot of the schedule. Like what day he'll be with me, what day with him, and because there's no reason why he can't be here, and he wants to be here with that. And they're stopping it, and that's wrong. And so, see what she says from there. I don't know. I just taking it day by day and see how it goes, and whatever. I try to, quick to listen, slow to speak, if I can be, like the Lord says, and I keep asking Him to give me the words, the wisdom, what to say with these people, because I think they're really upset because they have nothing on me and they want something, and I think that's terrible that they would wish that upon me or anybody.
I agree.
Like I did the 2 evaluations I was supposed to do. The first one I did today is right after court. I went right over. They go, we can do the first one today. I go, cool, thank you. Got that one knocked out. Did the other one 2 days later. And it released the information to myself and to my attorney. And of course, they wanted me to release it to them. And because they didn't have nothing on there that I had to do, and I don't have no problems like that, that now the department wants me to sign a release where they can talk to that person and collaborate the information they have with this person. Like, what information do they have? I don't know what it would be, but I said, no, I told the attorney I won't do that. I said, what I will do, if they would like to do that, I have no problem making an appointment, going down to the office, and they can call my phone while I'm in there with the provider, and we can all talk together.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What makes me so sad is because he's so young, they just tearing up his innocence. Like, that's just breaks my heart, that part, I'm sure he's so confused, inside his mind.
Right. Well, I'm glad you got to see your son when you do get to see him. And, I always believe in self serving letters. I've learned that a lot in business in my civil engineering days, that when you're not sure about something, it's best to send a notice out. At least you give them proper notice. They can't use it against you. They can't.
What's the notice recording?
Oh, you're going to tell them that you're doing homeschooling.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh, gosh. Thank you.
No. I don't know. Well, I guess I could do real quick here and see how my lookup looks. Here we go. We're going to go to what city are you in, Montana?
I'm in Sanders County. Sanders.
County.
Yeah, I did print out some stuff the other day, but like I said, I haven't. I just saw that one part and thought, okay, but I need to go more in depth.
Okay, this is from a place called Power Homeschool School. Now, that's not a government. Let me see. Homeschool requirements, state laws in Montana. I'm going to look at that one there
Okay.
and see what it says. This is from the HSLDA, Montana laws. And school requires for ages 7 through 16 with exceptions. Notification required? Yes. Teacher qualification? No. State mandating subjects? Yes. Assessment requiring? No. Initiation requirements? No. And now, if you here's a map of the world, the map of the United States. Did you know that Alaska, Texas, and Oklahoma, Idaho, and I forgot what's next to Idaho.
Washington and Montana.
I wonder if that's Montana.
I'm up by the panhandle of Idaho, by Idaho.
It says no notice or low regulation. Wow.
Oh, really? In those states?
Yeah.
The whole time, huh? Wow.
I mean, it says moderate regulations in Oregon and Washington, low regulations in California. Wow. High regulations in New Hampshire, New York, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. Okay. Hawaii.
Where California is low.
Yeah, it says view complete details. How to comply with Montana's homeschool law. How to home
Would
is
it be
Montana.
okay, Bob? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but when we get off, can I text you my email and maybe you
Sure.
can send me some info?
Sure, can.
Okay.
During every school fiscal year, July 1st through June 30th, you must notify the superintendent of schools of the county where your homeschool is located that your child is being homeschooled. Members may wish to download and use your attorney designated notice of intent from Montana. Keep attendance records of your child attendance at homeschool. You must make your available to the records. Provide the required order of instruction. Your child must receive at least 720 hours of instruction per school fiscal year in grades 1 through 3. He or she must receive 1,080 hours of instruction per school in grades 4 through 12. You have to teach the required subject: English, math, social studies, science, health, arts, and career education. Nothing about physical. Wow. No life skills, of course. Huh.
It says life skills? It says life skills on
No, it doesn't. I'm saying I'm surprised. I think that should be a mandatory thing.
Well, when I went to school, they had home ec and handwriting, cursive. They don't even do that no more, none of those.
Oh, I remember staying after school in 6th grade because my handwriting was so bad. I had to write cursive over and over on the blackboard. I never forget that. That's my sixth grade teacher, Mrs. Comer, and that was at Yokosuka, Japan, where my dad was stationed in Japan. But anyway, let's go back to now. Where's my live stream here? Now, when I was talking, you could hear me on the phone. I just want everybody could hear me when I was talking at another page because sometimes my voice may drift off. But anyway, I'm going to have to end it because my time has gone up. I've talked for a full hour. It's 11:11. So I got scolded the other day because I got so emotionally involved and I was talking to a parent. And I don't want to do that again. But I want to thank you, Morgan.
I'm going to text you my email.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Bartley, for talking to me. Bartley 54. That's really sweet of you. And Megan Tabitha, thank you from LA. Bartley, by the way, is from Montana. I had 2 of you today. A lot of prayers from Megan. So I know we have a lot of prayers on our side. So God bless you all. And thank you. Now there'll be a brief message from a video that I'm going to show about Vincent Davis. It's pretty good. And I put on the screen the Department of Government Efficiency. That is the federal organization at the national level that was made in January that are investigating that are investigating. And so there's the website. Those phone numbers are the White House. They do work, and the email does work. So I'm going to leave that on. And with that being said, I'll be on again tonight at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. God bless you all. Please keep fighting. Do not give up on your children. Come here to get encouragement. I'll encourage you. It isn't as hopeless as you think. God bless you. And this is Bob Pace and Bartley off.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the